What's going on YouTube? I'm back with another video. This is the Isaiah Center Show, Isaiah Center's reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to a video about Adrien Broner, man. I don't know, man. It's like I got to do a video on Adrien Broner every week because it's always something new. Like I said, my name is Isaiah. We're going to jump straight into this. Let's see what's going on with Adrien Broner. The title is Adrien Broner and Dean's dynamic duo is falling apart, which I already knew was going to happen. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Bro, subscribe if you're watching and subscribe. Let's jump straight into this. Man, shit is crazy.
Got with all that,
keep playing with me.
Stop disrespecting me, nigga.
No, you just me.
You is, though. Damn, I got AB, come on, bro. Not gonna do nothing, man. You popping it to me like popping it to them, though. Popping it to them, though. You popping it to me like
Whoa, I'm not gonna lie. This fight seems a little bit different than the other one. They look like they actually wanted to tussle a little bit. It looks like the dynamic duo that was supposed to be having the best summer of a lifetime, taking over the internet by storm in the streaming industry, is ending faster than it started. Now, we can't act as if Dean the Great and Adrien Broner haven't had fights on stream at different points in their short careers.
You keep bringing up time. Now, man. Let's go upstairs, bro. Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs, bro.
Pay the bread for the camera, bro.
You want to get busy, bro?
Stop playing, bro.
Huh?
Just pay the bread.
Do you want to get busy? Do you want to get busy?
Money,
I ain't gonna lie, Dean look kind of scary. I'm gonna be honest with you. Dean look kind of scary. I don't know.
You really want to do that?
bro. I'm helping you.
And for what it's worth, I would acknowledge that, you know, people who are friends, people who are in relationships, typically do get into spitting matches quite often. But this time it felt a little bit different. This time it felt like Adrien Broner wanted to place hands on Dean the Great. This time it felt like all of the pent-up aggression through their toxic and tumultuous relationship that has been broadcasted on stream had finally come to a head. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. Don't make me have to Adrien Broner you. Hit the subscribe button now. Now, back into the video. Now, I don't have to tell you this, but Adrien Broner and Dean the Great's content has always been toxic. And not just how they handle the women, not just how they handle the money, not just how they handle the alcohol, but honestly, how they handle each other. It's been full of moments that have been disrespectful, boundary pushing, over the top, and chaotic. But when you add those other factors into it, it seems as though, at least at the end of every other stream, they're always at blows. This fight, though, this fight felt like Adrien Broner was about to put pause on Dean the Great. And I'm not the only one who feels that is different. You can see in the faces and the way that the others around them react to the situation. You can tell that there's an energy shift that is not normal when these two get into some sort of argument. And usually Dean, who is the more sober one, backs away from these situations, but when he stepped back up to Adrien Broner, I really thought to myself, oh, about to get a pay-per-view fight.
I'm disrespecting me, nigga.
No, you just me.
You is, though.
I love when you do like. Where they at? What up?
Pop it to them, though. Pop it to them, though.
This wasn't just Adrien Broner going wild.
Time out, bro. Time out, bro. What? It's like, it's so funny because, like, AB do be pushing the line, though, bro. AB is crazy. I just watch that nigga.
You is, though.
I love when you do like. Where they at? What up?
Pop it to them, though. Pop it to them, though.
This wasn't just Adrien Broner going wild and crazy while everyone was laughing at him. This was two egos boosted by alcohol, clout, and money and fame colliding in front of everybody. AB, the former boxer who feels like everybody should respect him in his presence, and then Dean the Great, the streamer who helped Adrien Broner back into the spotlight and clearly doesn't feel like he should be treated like some sort of sidekick. This fight matters because it exposed a real problem with their dynamic. The chaos that made them entertaining is now starting to damage their relationship. But this fight didn't come out of nowhere. Before Dean even walked up, Adrien was already spiraling. The reason this whole situation happened, and it's something that I would use to describe the entire Adrien Broner streaming experience, was both comical and sad. Adrien Broner was visibly drunk, like clear as day, sloppy. So sloppy, in fact, that his friend had to cut him off. Had to cut him off from the bar, tip the bartender, tell them not to give AB any more drinks, and the way that he had even lured AB back to the vehicle is because he said that there wasn't any more alcohol here, so let's go into the car and I've got alcohol for you. It's like a kid with a piece of candy. That's just embarrassing.
You took a shot right here. Ain't no more shots, bro. Come on, I got you. I got a shot. Come on. I got a shot in the car. Come on.
It's just sad seeing a grown man go through this, bro. Like, remember he was a world champ at one time, bro. It's sad.
Look at you. How you gonna do anything like that? How you gonna do anything like this? You moving? Well, you I'm just saying though. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Get it together, nigga. Can't move like that. You too, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, whoever run AB, they not his real friends. But I will never let my friend get like this. You feel me? I will never let my friend get like this. Never, bro. Especially in public, man. Like, he out here looking like a zombie, and they all just making money off of it. It's freaking sad, bro.
Oh, man, you gotta get some water or something.
I think this was a foreshadowing of his friends letting us know where this night was going to end with Adrien Broner. Look at how he's stammering through this bar or restaurant. He's bumping into people. His face looks totally faded. He looks gone from reality, and he has no full control over what his actions are. And I know most of us have been in a situation like this, and especially as somebody who is a sober person, I've definitely seen this before. Now we're outside yelling, screaming at security guards, yelling at women, totally embarrassing people. It's going wild. It's going left, quick, fast, in a hurry.
But I get on your ass too. Your ass too.
As everybody tries to hurry AB into a car to get him away from this whole situation. Before Dean the Great even confronts Adrien Broner is leaving a mess everywhere that he walks this specific night. Mind you, anything that Adrien does is always gonna get tied back to Dean the Great. And this is where Dean the Great steps in and things go left from here.
Hey, y'all go with Dean. But I killed.
Hey, chill.
Get off of me, man.
Chill out.
Go with Dean.
Chill out. Hold on. Who's he talking? What's going on, Kev?
I'm not playing. Come on, man. I'm not playing, bro.
See, and this is why at my ripe old age, I don't deal with people who are excessive drinkers. Hell, I don't really deal with people that drink at all, because this is just tiring to even watch. For no
It's toxic, bro.
apparent reason, Adrien Broner snaps on anybody and everybody in his eye shot. He's screaming at the security guards. He's screaming at the cameraman. He's screaming at people that are actually there trying to help him into the next place in space before he gets arrested by the police that are on this street. And so naturally, when Dean the Great gets into his eye shot, he turns the tides on him. He starts going off in an insane manner that is not just incoherent, but it's also disrespectful. And I feel that in this type of situation, I'm glad that he stood up for himself, but also he needs to acknowledge this monster was created by him. As a famous ex-boxer, Adrien Broner is used to people just folding. One, because he's paying them. Two, because he can truly beat the brakes off of 98% of people. But that's why this moment felt so different to me for two reasons. One, Dean would do some sort of folding, generally speaking, but this time he stood his ground. And then two, Adrien Broner is not just yelling at some randeezy, somebody that he hired and therefore can fire and replace in a matter of days. He's yelling at the person who put him in this situation, you know, put him in the forefront, made him relevant again, put money back in his pockets through streaming. And now he's willing to even disrespect him, showing the lack of control that he has for any and everybody. And I think this is why pattern recognition is so important. It'd be different if this was a one-off instance, but if you look at the totality of this relationship, there have been numerous, and I do mean numerous times, in which this partnership has been tested and tried due to the alcohol, the money, the women, the fame, all these different things.
Come here in front of the camera, bro. You want to get busy, bro?
Stop playing, bro.
Huh?
Just pay the bread.
Do you want to get busy?
Pay the bread, nigga.
Do you want to get
Pay
busy?
me my money, nigga.
Huh? Nigga,
Just pay my bread.
let's go
That's
get
what-
busy. Drink, let's go, bro. Let's go. You get too drunk, let's go, nigga. Let's go.
Bro, AB is that one uncle you don't want around, bro. I would not love to hang out with AB, bro. That stuff probably a disaster. It's probably the worst moment in your life, bro. He just always trying to cash out, bro. I hate hanging out with people like that, bro.
As a real street nigga, you're not gonna keep talking to me like that. Now, some of you may be thinking, is this one long and continuous fight? Some of you may be thinking, man, AB continues to get close in Dean's face. I'm thinking to myself, boy, his breath must smell like doo-doo. But I think the grander picture here is that in all of these situations and circumstances, two things continuously stand out. One, Adrien Broner always feels like he's challenged for some reason. And I think that shows his ego, and it speaks to, you know, who he is as a person or an individual, especially when somebody's just giving him good advice or saying that maybe you should not drink or gamble with these types of people because they will pew you. And then second and most important, you never see Dean the Great start any of these sorts of altercations or arguments. The only thing that Dean ever really says in any of these instances is, hey, let's try not to drink. Hey, let's be a little less rowdy. Hey, you're making these people uncomfortable around you, so maybe we should tone down what we're doing. And for whatever reason, Adrien Broner every single time finds this as some sort of disrespect or challenge to his manhood, to the tune of taking it to another level, to the tune of wanting to actually get in Dean the Great's face, to the tune of what we saw this other night, potentially putting hands on Dean the Great. And you would think that somebody like an Adrien Broner would do a better job of being appreciative of somebody like Dean the Great, who literally changed and saved his life.
Right.
A month ago, I wouldn't talk about. It was like, motherfuckers forgot about me. Then my brother brought me from under the rock, and now we the biggest streamers of the world. The biggest! Flatter me, and from the first stream, we just been going up, and he changed my life, bro. My nigga back on his feet, I'm back clean, like I'm getting haircuts and fresh outfits again, like so.
But you see, I feel like that's what makes that whole money argument that they were having earlier so much more.
Because, like, okay, he's getting money, but he's being exploited. You feel me? Even though AB is a grown man can still be exploited. He's getting exploited because they know when he get drunk, he crash out and I get back, bring views, bro. It's exploitation, bro. And I don't like how, like, y'all know he drunk and he act crazy when he getting drunk. Why y'all keep getting him drunk? Get him away from the bottle, bro.
Interesting and so sad at the same time. The relationship is not just two friends making funny content. There is a real struggle underneath it all. Adrien Broner started this whole streaming run very, very humble. But the more attention that he got, the more his old life, old arrogance, and old bravado came back. That's why every time I can't consume these argumentative fighting clips as some one-offs. This isn't some one-time misunderstanding. This is Adrien Broner reminding the world, reminding Dean the Great, and reminding even his doubters who he truly is.
You bigger than the program.
Who think they bigger than the program? Fuck a program, gang. I never cared about a program.
That's your problem, though.
I am the problem. Look it up. I've been the problem since I came out, bro.
People kind of forget that Adrien Broner was at the peak of boxing. Not
real.
just because he had a phenomenal record, but also because he had one of the biggest and best cosigns of all time. He was tied to Floyd Mayweather, the biggest boxer of my generation. Could you imagine having a mentorship / relationship with the biggest and best in that specific field that you are getting mentored in during that time? I think people would literally do anything to be in that situation. I know for a fact they wouldn't squander it, but we're talking about Adrien Broner.
Because we got to remember, AB was the youngest. He was one of the youngest world champions ever, bro. AB, like, I don't think people understand. In retrospect, AB was that guy, but that doesn't exclude him to act reckless against anybody. But I can see why he has an ego. That's what I'm saying.
Floyd Mayweather is not just some random critic. Outside of him being the biggest boxer in the world at the time, he was also somebody who was pouring life and wisdom into Adrien Broner. He was somebody who was uplifting him, guiding him, and molding him to be the next Floyd Mayweather. But all of the antics, all of the bravado, all of the arrogance that was displayed out in public, especially when it's not tied to an elite work ethic, started to get underneath Floyd Mayweather's skin to the tune of him giving what I would consider some slight criticism about how Adrien Broner gave a technical knockout to another fighter. Literally all Floyd did was criticize how Adrien Broner went about this fight and what he could have done better. And do you think that Adrien Broner took that the best? Absolutely not. It's AB that we're talking about.
Whereas Adrien Broner, you know, we had talked before in the past, and I love him. And he's going to be world champion again. I'm always, you know, preaching to Adrien Broner and telling him, you know, the same guys that you beat early on in your career is not the same guys that you're going to face when you get to a certain level or when you get to a certain status.
And this is why those parallels between how Adrien Broner dealt with Floyd Mayweather and how Adrien Broner is dealing with Dean the Great are so similar. Post being called out, Adrien Broner in his next fight takes to the ring to do something most people would say is stupid. But tell me if you see a pattern here.
But y'all probably know about this. Somebody that I look up to, somebody that I admire, took the chance to do an interview and just talk all bad about me. I'm a man that learns shit from physical activity, so me and Floyd, he gotta see me.
Wow.
He gotta see me.
Now, naturally, the two never fought because this would be a ridiculous fight to take. But I do think that exposes and foreshadows the future of an Adrien Broner. Now, I'm not saying that you've always got to be this person who is humble in the face of disrespect. But for what it's worth, I think, you know, in this interview, Floyd Mayweather was pretty tame in his criticism. Kind of like when Dean the Great tells Adrien Broner, let's just stop drinking. And for what it's worth, I do think that Adrien Broner does blow things out of proportion. Kind of like when he gets in the face of a Dean the Great and disrespects him, spits on him, and all this other stuff like that. So we're establishing this pattern here. Adrien Broner is at the bottom, like he said, eating cornflakes and water, coming from nothing. In the Dean the Great case, he was nothing from his boxing career. A person who was getting humiliated left, right, and sideways on social media. It's this person that comes and uplifts them out of the situation that he's in. And if that person then gives them a little bit of criticism, then ultimately Adrien Broner feels attacked and feels the need to be disrespected. The only difference...
That's why the Bible says pride goes before destruction, bro. Adrien Broner's pride is going to destroy him. I'm telling y'all, bro. Pride is one hell of a thing, man. You got to be careful with that.
Between how Adrien Broner treated Floyd Mayweather in his call out and Dean the Great in his call out is there's no alcohol involved. Adrien Broner's problem is not that people never help him. The problem is what happens after the people help him. Once he feels up again, he starts acting like he does not need the people who helped him get there. But this is something that Adrien Broner has to be weary of. Dean the Great keeps forgiving him. Floyd Mayweather did not. And we'll see how it plays into the future. For what it's worth, I do think Adrien Broner and Dean the Great will make up. And the reason is simple. The partnership still benefits the both of them. Just as much as Adrien Broner is seeing extremely high views and monetary success on Kick, so is Dean the Great. Make no mistake in that situation. Adrien gets the money, the relevance, the viral clips, access to younger streamers, and enough to trick off on women and drink alcohol. Dean gets the content, the attention, the chaotic co-star, and for what it's worth, he no longer has to be the butt of the jokes like he was a couple months ago with Rampage Jackson and Larry Wheels. But the problem is that not just in the content sense, Adrien Broner in and of itself is a little too unpredictable. And the only reason why I say too unpredictable is because he continues to go on these same cycles every single time. The drinking, the arguments, women, disrespect, crash out, all for the viral clips. And then he's gonna divert back to this whole humble gimmick. I wanna grow, I wanna be this, that, and the third and the fourth, just for him to get that brown liquor back into his system and go crazy again. This is why this duo, this dynamic duo, is so dangerous in the first place. But what Adrien Broner doesn't understand in all of this is that at some point, people do have a breaking point. Floyd Mayweather's breaking point was a little bit earlier in their relationship. Why? Because he was already making millions of dollars boxing. He didn't necessarily need to have an Adrien Broner underneath his belt. It wouldn't have affected his bottom line in the slightest. Before Dean the Great, who does, need an Adrien Broner, he can continue to push those boundaries, at least for now.
And that's true, because, to be honest with you, without Adrien Broner, Dean the Great's nobody, bro. Without Adrien Broner, Dean the Great is nobody. And another thing is, I want to put in perspective how Adrien Broner was, right? Adrien Broner was supposed to be the next Floyd. Adrien Broner is what Gervonta Davis is. You know what I mean? Adrien Broner was supposed to be Gervonta Davis, but it didn't turn out well,
What happened when Dean the Great makes a name for himself in streaming outside of his Adrien Broner collaborations? What's gonna happen when he finds a new partner? What's gonna happen when he just ultimately gets fed up with the disrespect? The person that's gonna get thrown to the side is not gonna be Dean the Great. He'll go off into whatever path he walks, but it's Adrien Broner. And when left to his own vices, we know how that's played out in the past. Hopefully they have some sort of real deal conversation behind closed doors about how to proceed with this, because this is not sustainable. I don't think Dean the Great is gonna continue to be disrespected, and I think if you give Adrien Broner enough time, he will do something that he regrets. Just like vacations.
Agree. Shout out my boy Omizi. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to him. My name is Isaiah. This was a good reaction, and like I always say, man, I think Adrien Broner is being exploited. They said, they tell him don't drink, but they take him to bars, they take him to these clubs. He tricking on women. It's just not a good scene, bro. This stuff gonna fall apart sooner than we know it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like Dean the Great, he wants AB to be around because he know that brings clips. But other than that, my name is Isaiah. This is the Isaiah Center Show. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm out.